Hi, my name is Walter Young, and in this show, we talk about the things that affect your daily lives. And today, what we're going to talk about is none other than jail time. Now, how do we even get to this subject? Well, because sometimes it happens. Sometimes you make the wrong mistakes in life, or you do the wrong things, or have a miscalculation, and guess what? Now you're in handcuffs and you're heading down to county. Now, there's a difference between county and prison. Okay, those are two different things. In order to go to prison, you'll have a felony. A felon goes to prison, and a misdemeanor will be in county. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't be with felons, because felons first go to county and then they get transitioned into prison. Sometimes this can be right away. Other times they'll sit there for a couple years before they get that paperwork that says you're going upstate. It just it depends on the case. Now, what I'm going to talk about today is my experience in county. Okay, because this is real life things, right? It's very different from what you hear, what you see on TV, right? There's a lot of people talking about shit and doing things that shit does not happen in county, all right? Like when people say, oh, snitches get stitches, and snitching in county or snitching in jail or in prison, let me tell you something. That shit happens all the time, okay? There's a lot of snitches. Like, for example, you could be sitting there talking, telling your story about whoop de whoop, this happened, I did this, I can't believe that, whatever, trying to seem hard, right? Trying to put on the front or whatever it is. I'm gonna tell you right now, don't be doing any of that. Your lawyer will tell you, don't talk about your case. Sometimes officers will tell you, like, don't talk about your case, don't say shit, whatever. And a lot of people in there, they're like, man, whatever. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Especially, I'm not gonna listen to no officer telling me not to do this. There are snitches all around you. And the reason why they're snitching with no cares or anything like that, because one, if they get some good information and they present it to the prosecutor, they can get out early. They can get their shit dropped too. So there's a hell amount of people in there snitching. And I'm not just talking about low life snitches. There's gangbangers in there that'll snitch on you. Right? There's other people with high priority cases. They got years they're looking at. They're quick to snitch. They are quick to snitch. Don't think they won't. And it's crazy because they'll ask you all kind of questions. Right? Especially you're very talkative. They'll give you a listening ear. You're like, oh yeah, that's crazy. What else happened? You did this, you did that, with the whoop. I'm telling you, man, they'll turn around and they will snitch on you. Snitches. Right? Now, of course, with that being said, there's a lot of other factors to going to county. Things that I didn't even know about. Things that I had to switch up real quick. My attitude when I first went in. I had an attitude. Right? I had an attitude. There, you do the intake. Okay, your booking. They ask me all these questions about my health, with the whoop, and I'm like, man, whatever. I'm giving them attitude. Real quick, I found out where that will lead you. Okay, so I'm giving my attitude, and it's female officers. She's standing there. I'm talking to the nurse. The nurse asked me, he's doing his job. He's asking me, have you ever had any health problems? Do you have any health problems? Are you injured? Whoop-de whoop. And I'm trying to be smart, right? A little smart ass. The officer looks at me and tells me, you need to answer the questions or I'm going to put you in the cell and lose your paperwork. And I'm not a dumb person, okay? I'm not going to push the issue. I had to think about that shit real quick. And I was like, what does that mean? Okay, let me get a little background story. Before I went in there, or when I went in, it was early morning. Sun just came up. The rooster is crowing, or cockadooing, whatever the hell they do is roostering. Okay. Now, when she said that she's gonna lose my paperwork, I knew that they were gonna fuck with me. That if I kept this attitude up, that they were gonna mess with me, and I'm not gonna eat during the day. Right? They're gonna wait till tomorrow, or whatever it is, or later on that night. Now, I'm trying to eat. I'm not trying to be in there hungry and shit like that. Like, that's a position you don't want to be in. So I changed up my attitude real quick. I was like, yes, sir. No, sir. Whoop-de whoop. And I went about my way. Now, they can do all types of shit to you up in county. Okay. I went in to a cell block. There's 60 people on the very top. There's 60 people on the bottom. Okay. 2 stories. Now you're in there, right? Bars lining up the walls. All these niggas that you don't know. And you start finding out real quick. Damn. This is real. This is real life right here. Like, I'm surrounded by murderers, attempted murderers. And, they don't really play in there. They don't. Now, the vibe is different from upstairs and downstairs. Like, it just depends who's where and what's what. But luckily, I was lucky enough to be upstairs because it was a playful group. We got the blacks on the left, and we got Mexicans and Chinese people. They call them the others. And the officer, they give you your stuff, and they'll tell you, you're going to be at this bunk. And when you go up there, even though I told you where you're going to be at, that might not be where you're going to be at. It's politics in there. And they let you know it's politics. So I come to the gate, and I have these people come up to the gate. I had 2 black guys, 2 Mexicans. They come up to the gate. And I'm standing there like a fucking idiot. They ain't opening the gate right away. I got to stand there for a few minutes. Felt like forever. And they asked me, they're like, you got drugs? Got any drugs on you? I'm like, no, man, I ain't got no drugs on me. Right? They're like, what you claim? First question they're going to ask you, what you claim? Now, me, I can pass for, a mixed race. So I could be with the others, or I can be with the black people. Now, I was like, man, I'm claiming black. The others, they walked away. They skedaddled. The black people were like, all right, cool. They finally opened the gate. They're like, all right, you're going to be at this bunk. Now, the officers, they gave you a bunk number. Okay? That don't mean shit. That don't mean anything. The inmates are what run that shit. They do politics. Either you listen or you don't listen. If you don't listen, you're going to have some problems. Now, the next episode, I'm going to tell you some stories, some real life things that happened. Even I participated in some of it because I had to catch on real quick. I had to fit in what I get in, or get in where I fit in. And not too proud of it, but I'm going to share that story with you. I'm not going to name any names. I couldn't if I wanted to. I don't really remember names that well. But I'm going to tell you the instance that happened, things that I did. I don't really have any confrontations in there, not too much. Had a couple, but I had to let that shit slide. I let them know, like, hey, I'm a small timer, you know what I mean? Not going to be in here long. I wasn't in there too long. I was in there for a cool minute, but I wasn't in there long. I didn't get no years and nothing like that. Some of these people, they have years. And when you have years in there, I was in there with a couple lifers too. Like, they don't give a damn. They be doing all types of things because what's a couple more charges, a couple more years or months? They don't care. Shit gets crazy. Shit gets real. Like I said, I was lucky to be on the upstairs because the bottom, man, it was fight night. It was fight night every night. Every time someone new came in there, they test their mantle. And, man, I witnessed some things that keep you up at night. It was crazy. Heard it, saw it, and the fucked up part about it is the officers saw it too. Don't think they're going to come to your rescue when something happens, something breaks out, because, man, they let it go all night. I'm going to share that story with you guys in the next episode. But they let it go all night. And the next morning, man, they took out bloody sheets, took this nigga to the infirmary, and they didn't give a fuck. Like, they let that shit run. And you think they don't see? They see everything. They see every corner of that place. No one's going to find out. The officer's definitely not going to tell on themselves or to other people. And who are you going to tell? You going to tell other inmates? Now you look some kind of way. So you just got to shut up and just watch, pretty much. Hopefully that shit don't happen to you. Man, this is county. Okay, this is my county experience. This shit happened in California. And I know I got a few people, not really, I wouldn't say around the world, but shit, they're not all from Cali. This shit happened in Cali. Okay, I'm not going to tell you exactly where, but I was in Cali. And shit is crazy, man. Shit is real crazy. You know, it's not like the movies, not like what people hear on the streets or they tell you on the streets. Like, shit is crazy up in there. And a lot of things can happen. A lot of things can happen to you, around you, and you got to know how to carry yourself. Another thing about county is they label you when you go in there. So there's no lying, like why you're in there. And the thing is, people will find out. They'll find out. They'll read your paperwork. You think inmates don't read your paperwork? They can get a hold of your paperwork and read your paperwork. Now they label you when you get in there, right? Like you got the pedos, sex offenders. They get the blue wristband. And the fucked up thing about the blue wristband is everybody knows what that means. Everybody knows. There's no lying about it. There's no getting away from it. You see the blue wristband, you're like, oh, right there. That's a sex offender. That's a sex offender. That's a pedo. That's someone who fuck with kids, right? Fuck with little kids. Now, the fucked up thing about that blue wristband is it's not always the case. It's not. For example, there was a guy who was smoking dope in the car, right? He was doing drugs in the car, but his kids were with them in the car. Now, they weren't messing with the kids, right? They're in the front seat. They're doing a thing. The kids in the back. Cop pulled them over. Yada, whoopty whoop. Book them. But because the kids was there, that's child endangerment. Child endangerment. That shit gives you the blue wristband. Now, you got to be in county. You got to be in jail with that blue wristband. And everybody in there, it's like, that's a pedophile. That's that person right there. And now you got a target on your back. And people go out of the way to hurt you, to try to end you. Right? They don't even know you. You didn't do anything to them. But the thing is, that's how you come across. That's just crazy. Then you got the white wristband. The white wristband, you're in there for a non-violent crime, right? Like non-violent would be shit. What's a good example I can give you? Non-violent crime. I got into it on the street, right? Got into it. Probably got a little physical, but it wasn't like with weapons or anything. Probably got in a fist fight with the whoop, different thing like that. You'll get the white wristband. That's like a general arrest. But then you got the violent crimes. You got the orange wristband. Now the orange wristband, those are your not your murderers. What's it called? Attempted murderers, people, battery, assault. That's those people. Then you got the red wristband. The red wristband is the murderers, right? That's the people who are really in there for some shit. And a lot of them are going to transition to prison, but I knew a few people in there that I got to know. They've been in there for 2 years, 3 years. As far as I know, the 3-year mark is when they expect to be transferred over to that prison life, which a lot of them are excited to go because they're like, man, you get to do a lot more things. With the we get a window, we get the yard time. In county, there's no yard time. You're in a cell like 24 hours a day. They try to tell you like, oh, it's 23 inside, 1 hour out. Nah. In a single month, you go outside like one time. And it's not even outside. You go to the roof. And it's caged up, of course. And that's the only time you get to like do certain things like clip your nails. Man, you be nasty and ragged in county. Nasty and ragged. A lot of people, what they don't tell you, what you don't know, what you don't see, what you don't hear, is when you go and you got to take care of yourself, right? You got to go shower. You putting the same thing on. So you got to figure out how to take the clothes that you have on, off, get in the shower. In front of everybody. This is in front of everybody. Ain't nothing enclosed, right? There's toilets right there. Showers right there. Beds right there. Everything is just right there. So you're not used to that shit, man. Don't be committing no crimes at all. Don't think you hard. You better be walking away from the situation because that shit right there, that shit was rough. That shit was rough. And you get a change of clothes like once a month. And when you get a change of clothes, what's fucked up about it, you got to like wrap a sheet around yourself and be butt ass naked and walk down with your clothes in your hand, get in a line, do all this stupid shit just to get some clothes. And then you back to it. Got to go take a shower, take out the clothes you have on, get done, put the same clothes back on. And you keep doing this all day, every day. You only got one pair of clothes, and that's all you got for like 30 days. and you miss that change of clothes, whatever, is something, I don't know, your situation, something that could be happening, you oversleep, you haven't been sleeping, you stressing or whatever, or you just miss it. For whatever reason, you just miss it. You got to go another 30 days. Same clothes. County ain't no joke, man. Jail ain't no joke. I mean, prison is different. They treat you different in there. You know, these are long time people up in there. So you got a lot more access to a lot more things. County is it's a fucked up place, man. It is. I'm going to give you guys more stories. My next episode is going to be pure stories. Different situations that happen, different things that happen. And you guys stay tuned. All right, this is my episode on jail time. Guys, leave a comment, leave a like. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys went through. And I'll see you in the next one.